Welcome to another episode of the Academy Sports Show. Is it Monday? Is it 7 o'clock? It's not a holiday, and I'm not at work, so here we are. Here we are. We appreciate you so much for tuning in with us at the Academy Sports Show. All of our listeners, we want you right now to follow us either on Facebook or the YouTube. Make sure you follow us, like, subscribe on YouTube, and trigger that notification bell. That way you get the notification every time we go live. I got mine. Did you get yours? And we live, baby. Make sure you hit that bell. We've been off for 2 weeks, a week, all in all, something like that.
It's been a little bit of an extended stay.
Hope everybody enjoyed their Memorial Day. Huh?
2 weeks, Memorial Day and the week prior.
Yep. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their time, the family, getting your grind on, enjoying this hot weather here in Michigan. Hot weather. And the sports world has been burning, and we definitely gonna get into it. But the comment section is definitely where you can do it. If you're on my feed or if you're on Joel's feed on Facebook, you can comment at any time. It pops up on the screen. You can be a part of the conversation, as well as YouTube. If you want to comment live on the YouTube stream, it does pop up as well, and you can be a part of this stream as well. And if you're feeling some type of way, you want to say something about the topics we have at hand, because some people feel some type of way all the time. There's a link that we can send you, and if you feel some type of way, you can come get this hot link. You understand me? So, and then you can be right here on the Academy Sports Show, live and live in color. All right. So, I'm your host, Andre Douglas, and with the breakdown of what we're going to hear today is your host, Joel Williams.
What's up, everybody, man? Welcome to the show, man. We appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Man, listen, we got a lot to cover. We'll get right into it. See y'all jumping in the building. Kobe said, let's do it. Mommy's in the building. Hey, Mommy. So just welcome everybody to the show. If you're in the chat, as you heard, man, shout us out. Let us know you're there so we know who we're talking to, who's got something to say, who's going to comment. But we got a lot to cover. We haven't been with you in 2 weeks, so we're going to work our way backwards, if you would. Big news in NFL, man. Big news. Rumor came out weeks ago. You saw some politicking taking place online, some recruiting taking place online. Well, it finally went down. Julio is with the Tennessee Titans. We'll discuss, where does that put the Titans? Are they Super Bowl favorites? Are they contenders? Can they win their division? Are they the number one team in their division? What does it say about them? We'll touch base on that. Definitely makes them better, but we'll give you our opinions about it, because I would dare to say, while it makes them better, there's still some holes that have to be filled on that team. So we'll get into that a little bit. Also, man, the NBA playoffs have been fire.
Oh, yeah.
We'll give it that. The NBA playoffs has been what it's supposed to be, what it's been in the past. You know how the association is, as we love to call it, the soap opera that is the association, that is the NBA. Takes us through an unnecessary regular season so that we can find ourselves in the playoffs, deciding who's going to win what games, who's going to win what series, only to be not really that disappointed or surprised that the same teams end up being in the finals. So we'll kind of recap a couple of those first-round series. One that ended last night with Luka and the Mavs going out in 7. And now we are moving on to round 2. There have been a couple of games in round 2 already. Philly already losing. And Brooklyn already getting a dub. So we'll touch base on all this series, man. Get you guys caught up. We know you've been catching up, so we love to hear your comments about it. Plus, we'll make our predictions about round 2. Even though some of the series are started, we'll throw some things out there and get your opinion on it and see how you guys feel. And as always, we like to open up the show with What the Meme? So we're going to get right into it. That and much more tonight on the Academy Sports Show Live.
Hey, I like it. I like it a lot. Once again, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and share. Share is the best way to grow the channel. So if you're watching right now on YouTube, make sure you just hit the share button, share it to all your social medias. And if you're watching on Facebook right now, make sure you share your link with your feed, or make sure you just tag your favorite sports friends so we get a good conversation going. All right, so what the meme coming up first. Let me go ahead and share my screen.
Dun dun dun.
All right, we're coming in hot.
Kobe said, "Wait to see a Lakers game tonight. Haven't seen them in a few nights. LeBron about to show the world who the king is."
Yep.
Petty. Real petty, bro. All right, Kobe, we know.
All right, play a little game I like to call start, bench, cut. Now, to me, when I found this meme, I answered it very quickly. You know, when I saw it, I was scrolling. I was like, "Oh, that's a good one." But then the comment section, it was all over the place. I was like, "Okay, maybe this is a good one." So I'll pose this to everybody in the chat today and to you, sir. Start, bitch, cut. You got Steve Nash, you got John Stockton, you got CP3, all point guards in their respected sections of era. What's your start, bitch, cut?
Man. Starting off a little strong here. Let's see. I'm gonna go. Man. I'm gonna go. I'm starting Nash. I'm benching Stockton. I'm cutting CP.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's where your heart led you.
Yeah. Yep. Comment. We got comments coming in. That's where I'm going with it though. I'm starting Nash.
Ooh.
I'm benching Stockton. I'm cutting CP3.
Ooh.
So,
hey, listen. Hey, my man is with you. What's up, Ray? It's been a minute, my guy. Hope everything's been good with you. He said the same thing.
Well, no, he's benching CP and he's cutting
Stockton. Ooh.
Already we got Nash
starting on two teams already.
Yep. Kobe says it's extremely hard.
Bro,
you already said the list is tough, so now it's extremely hard.
Because it also depends on what kind of team you got, but I gotta start Chris though. Don't you gotta start Chris? I feel like
I don't have to start Chris.
You don't have to start Chris?
No, see, here's my logic. I'm starting Nash because Nash is a pick and roll nightmare, and I grew up in the Stockton era. So Kobe just pointed out this depends on the era you grew up in. Stockton used to get on my nerves. I hated the Jazz like I hate the Spurs. But I'm gonna go Nash because he's a pick and roll nightmare and a scorer. Like he could shoot it, he could shoot the three, he could shoot the mid range, and he could get to the cup off the dribble with a little floaty, or just he has a way to get there. And even though the argument is that he stole it, they gave it to him because they was tired or mad. He is an MVP. I'm gonna go Stockton next because Stockton is just a Hall of Famer, all-time assist leader, one of the all-time assist leaders.
He top 3 in steals and 2, right, or something like that.
Yeah, and he could defend. And that's just old man game, so I like that vibe coming off the bench. And then CP is respectable, but the meme asked me to cut somebody, so I'm gonna cut him because
you got to do what they asked for.
Got to do what they asked for. And when I get to the playoffs, he's not gonna play anyway because he always.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh man, I'm a start Chris. I'm a bench Stockton, and I'm cutting Nash. I'm cutting Nash because at least the other two played some semblance of defense. Nash was like a wet paper bag. He was like, okay, I'm gonna let you score, but then I'm gonna score, and then if you don't score, then I'm gonna score, and that's gonna make me win. It's like I'm just gonna wait till you miss because I'm gonna keep scoring. Now, I think Nash and Chris offensively has the upper hand on Stockton. You know, like like long range wise. I'm pretty much sure Stockton had a good jumper, good elbow jumper, good mid range game. I'm not sure about his deep ball. So I believe those two guys got him on that. But I feel like just as point gods, Chris and Stockton are head and shoulders above Nash. And Nash really only did it for like 4 years. Like was on the map.
Greatest point guard to come out of Canada.
Hey, well, that's not saying a lot. I feel that's 20 strong with Steve, and that's almost 20 strong with CP.
Like, I mean, CP though, like, man, I hate to do this because all three of them, By the way, Kobe said all three had mad skills. I think we have to agree with Jay Will though. I mean, CP to me, man. Like, I feel like I see his value, right? Like the Suns aren't the Suns right now without him. But then then I feel like at the same time, I feel like teams can kind of win without him. Like out of these three, I think Phoenix needed Nash.
Oh yeah,
Utah needed Stockton. CP, yes, but on the value level, I have him rated 3 there.
I don't think we got to see.
He always gets hurt.
We didn't really get to see what his true value is because once his team gets to that point, he gets hurt.
Yes, every time. Like, I actually thought they weren't going to get past the Lakers because of the shoulder injury. Like,
once the shoulder injury was like, here we go again, Chris.
If we had done a show, I would have been like, really? Like, it's him, AD, and James Harden. Like, the three of them you guys can't make it through any semblance of multiple rounds of the playoffs. Like, when it's time to be important, you can't be that. So let's see what we got here. Raymond says Nash changed the whole Suns franchise around once he stepped on the court. And Kobe said the Jazz would not have won without Stockton. This is actually a good starter. I mean, like you said, I can see how you could have jumped past it first, but that's a hard choice. These are 3 of arguably the top 5 to 7 point guards ever to play the game.
Yeah, well, like in my mind, it was like quick, and then when I got in the comments, it was like anybody who's cutting Chris Paul don't know basketball. Anybody that's cutting Steve Nash don't know basketball. Anybody who's cutting John Stockton don't know basketball. Right. It was like thousands of comments like that. So I was like, okay, this might be good. All right, moving on. Appreciate you guys. Once again, this is What the Meme. We do this at the beginning of every show. So check us out 7 o'clock on Mondays, and you can participate. We all see these memes. We all follow these pages. We scrolling throughout the day, and these come up, and you play them. You're sitting on the toilet. You're laying in the bed. You're at work on a lunch break. You play it, so we're going to play it live.
Apparently, you need to share some of the pages you follow because I don't see these memes. I get jealous. Like, I literally would love to see these throughout the day.
Next one I got is, which one was more disappointing?
I'm like, what? Please don't tell me I got to spend money on this.
Nah, which Hall of Fame player-ish, because it's one of these guys, not a Hall of Famer, 2 of these guys, 3 of these guys. Which guy was worse to see in the jersey he does not belong in? To you personally. Like, I don't even remember Hakeem in a Toronto jersey. That doesn't even look nice. That don't even look.
I do remember that.
That don't even look right.
Man, I grew up in that era, and I don't remember Dominique in a Celtics jersey.
I don't remember anything about Dominique being in a Celtics jersey. I thought Patrick Ewing retired or Nick. Apparently, he played for the Sonics.
Yeah. Before, and that's the Sonics of Seattle.
Oh man, this is bad. I remember trying to get playing for the Magic. No,
I don't remember half these guys playing on these teams. Robert Parrish played for the Bulls. What the heck is going on here? Is this Mandela effect? All right, I would go. So most disappointing. I mean, I guess I would have to say as a fan. Which one of these would be most disappointing? I don't even know what perspective I'm looking at this at, but I'm going to say most disappointing. I think when it just comes to like value, maybe, yeah. So when it comes to, I think, expectation of like something good happening because this guy showed up on the team, as a fan, I think the most disappointing was the D Wade experiment in Cleveland because that's personal to me. But I think outside of that, I got to go with Karl Malone and the Lakers because that's the year they had all the Hall of Famers and they were supposed to be this dominant team, and the Pistons gave them that work in the finals in a 5-game sweep. I call it a 5-game sweep because they really should have lost the one game they did. So I'm going to be honest with you. That's probably the most disappointing because that team had him, Gary Payton,
Shaq and Kobe.
Shaq and Kobe were on that team. So I think that was probably the most disappointing from just like a basketball perspective. But yeah, half these guys I don't remember playing. By the time half these guys were in the other uniform, it wasn't disappointing because who cares?
Who cares? Yeah, the McGrady thing. McGrady was one of my favorite players growing up, but his career just went a sharp dive. So it makes sense that he would be in random jerseys due to his injuries and just trying to hang on in the NBA. The Iverson one hurts though. Like Iverson and Memphis, he didn't want to go to Memphis. They won.
That's right.
And like he was just there. I think he played like 10 games and then he quit. He was like,
That's true.
So to see like an end of the era with Iverson on that one, that one kind of sucked. And then he went back to Philly for like 10 games and then quit. And then it was bad. So
yeah.
It was that experience seeing him in Memphis. And Memphis wasn't like a big, they wasn't a grindhouse then. It wasn't like the perennial playoff Memphis teams that they have been over the past 10 years or so.
They were at the bottom of the gym shoe at that time.
They were trash. So for him, Allen Iverson to suit up for the Memphis Grizzlies at the back end of his career, it kind of sucked. So that would hurt me the most. I'm surprised.
Kobe said AI looks weird in that jersey.
He does. The Pistons jersey, still weird, but you get it. Memphis jersey, no thank you. And your boy not here to talk about Jordan today. I knew I was going to get something out of him on this one, but
he probably wasn't disappointed. he probably wasn't disappointed. I think Jordan had a couple literally of good nights in a Wizards jersey that he remembers most.
Yeah. All right, next up, we're going to baseball. World Series, Game 7. Who's your starting pitcher?
Oh, man.
Game 7. Who's coming to the mound? Who do you want to throw a complete game? No relief. No Mariano waiting in the bullpen in the ninth. Who you want? I can tell you right now I'm going Randy Johnson. That was one of my favorite pitchers. Like playing the show or the baseball games before the show, I always got Randy Johnson. One of the tallest pitchers, one of the like heat, straight heat, all heat. Like we get out of here with this curve, get out of here with this splitter, get out of here with the slurve. Heat, nothing but the cheese, as they say.
Absolutely.
2-seam, 4-seam, we throwing heat, and that's it. So I'm going Randy Johnson. It was hands down for me. But I remember Pedro, I remember Roger, I remember Greg. This definitely, this is pre-knowing or caring about steroids, of course.
Right.
But I'm going with Randy.
Man, one of my favorite pitchers growing up was Greg Maddux.
Mm.
And that David Justice team of Marquise Grissom, of the like early 90s, Tom Glavine, Greg Maddux, that whole squad was one of my favorite teams.
Never get over the hump.
Never could win it.
Andrew Jones, Chipper Jones.
Yep. Man, you know what? I'm gonna go Pedro.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go Pedro. I mean, you can't lose these options, but I'm gonna go Pedro, man. Just just flat out gamer. Like, I could beat you from the start, or like I can come in out the bullpen and shut you down, and would talk trash to the bench. He threw my man Whitey down one time.
He did. No, he did. He guided him.
He did. My man ducked, and he just
guided him out.
Not one of the best moments of his career, but at the end of the day, though, talking about a guy who could friggin' bitch.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Pedro. Game 7, give me a completer. Stupid, wicked fastball, splitter. He had a beautiful split finger, awesome changeup. Man, yeah, I'm going to go with Pedro. But I remember Randy being scary in Seattle when the Indians were able to beat him back when we had a bunch of Hall of Famers. He seemed impossible, but he was even better once he got to Arizona.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go Pedro.
His Yankee days were pretty solid, too.
Yeah.
Didn't he have 2 complete games?
Who, Randy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. Man, you know what? Roger Clemens, Kobe said he'll take Roger Clemens. Roger Clemens was the man in Boston and New York.
Yeah, that was hard to do.
Yeah, which back then was not something you did.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, man. Yeah, you can't lose here. I'm gonna go Pedro.
Anybody off the meme that you could think of that you would start to?
Oh man. Pictures not pictured. Man, listen, like that whole staff, like again, you kind of go back to that whole staff back in the 90s with the Braves, but another picture that comes to mind, Dennis Martinez. Played for the Expos and then played for the Indians. Oral Hershiser won a World Series with the Dodgers. I mean, it was just pitching back in the day was just when it comes to this the golden era. Woo! That was one of the things I loved about baseball growing up. That's a good one. Kobe brought up Verlander.
He had a good window. His Detroit window was nice. Listen. Detroit had the best 3-4 rotation. Verlander, Scherzer, what's my man? They got from Boston, black guy. I can't remember his name, but they had a killer squad.
And they wouldn't pay
1, 2, 3. It was just one pay. Just let it go. Let it all go. Yeah, they had a squad. Yeah, Randy Johnson was always my guy. Every time I played the game, he was my ace. I made sure I traded every farm person I had to get Randy Johnson. Trade every prospect. I'm getting Randy Johnson and Dontrell Willis. I just love Dontrell Willis. You didn't really see a black picture with a dude with his hat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my guy. Yeah, those are my 2 guys that I always got in every time I played that game.
That's good stuff.
All right, last one. Which team wins? Team A, Team B. Team A got Brady, Walter Payton, Devontae Adams, Randy Moss, Rob Gronkowski. Team B got Aaron Rodgers, Barry Sanders, Jerry Rice, Calvin Johnson, and Tony Gonzalez.
Ooh, who wins? Oh, we got one down there. All right, I'm gonna go team. I'm gonna go team A. Yep. You're on mute.
I for sure know you was gonna pick Team B.
No, I'm gonna go Team A. Only because the number of goats on Team A is more than on Team B. I'm going Team A because you got Brady on at GOAT status. You got Peyton at GOAT status. Devontae, no. Randy's arguably at GOAT status, even though he's not my GOAT. Gronkowski at GOAT status. So to me, you got 4 legit arguments for GOAT. Where on Team B, Aaron, nobody's giving him GOAT because he ain't won enough Super Bowls, but he's definitely one of the greatest passers of the game. Barry's Barry. But a lot of people see, like, I agree Barry's one of the greatest.
He is,
but he gets more love in Detroit than he does overall. So he doesn't get like the constant best running back mention when you talk about running backs. Jerry gets GOAT status for me. Calvin doesn't get GOAT status. Gonzalez gets GOAT status. So there's just more GOATs on Team A to me than there are on Team B. Oh, want some heat in the comments, sir. Everybody on Team B will smoke Team A in their prime. Peyton in his prime. Peyton in his prime, bro. Rashard, that's a homer move. Rashard, that's a homer move because, like I just said, Barry lovers here in Detroit won't let it go. Bro, we talking about Walter Payton. Stop it. Stop it.
Man. Yeah. I feel like Tony is definitely more physically gifted than Rob, but Rob just got the Rob and Tom thing. Just it kind of, the connection kind of goes that out for me.
See, I like Tony better than Rob.
Tony definitely has more athleticism. Go and get it. Go, you know what I'm saying? Like, he'll go get one. Probably got better route running. But just Brady and Rob together just find the way.
Rob benefited from having the GOAT play with him.
Yeah, most definitely. And he knows that. That's why I respect him. You know what I'm saying? Trade me to Detroit? No, I'll retire before y'all leave Tom Brady. You understand me? You know your bread is buttered. You understand? So just that connection, you know, and you know how I feel about Randy. I take Randy over Jerry and Calvin at the end of the day. The one that throws it off for me is Devontae. Like, none of these the other team doesn't have any current player on it. So I feel like that was like a throw off to make you pick Team B. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect Devontae. He will never – I don't think he'll go down as a top 15, top 20 wide receiver in NFL history. You know, I don't think he'll ever reach that status. So, like,
well, especially not now if Aaron doesn't come back. I think he has potential to be that. I mean, dude catches
all time.
I mean, if he plays, 10, 12, 13 years, he's top receiver for the last 3-4 years. I mean, he's on pace to do something.
I don't think all time. I don't think he'll crack the top 20 all-time greatest receivers.
Ooh, okay.
I'll probably put money on that.
We'll see.
And then, like I said, the running back position is GOAT status. Like, it's honestly it's B1 and B2 because to most people, Jim Brown is the greatest running back of all time. Right, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then after that, you throw in Walter Payton and Barry Sanders into that conversation. So that was a good matchup right there. And then it's pretty much whatever your choice is on Brady and Rodgers, because I do believe Aaron Rodgers is probably the most gifted quarterback of all time, but Tom Brady is just a dog. He just wins.
Yeah, he got rings.
Yeah, he put him in that situation, he wins the game. I feel like Aaron Rodgers, like, I'll take A-Rod's physical capabilities over Tom, over Peyton Manning, like over Montana.
Yeah, the mind.
His teams never maximize his peak. That's a shot? I didn't think it was a shot. Your face said that was a shot.
No, who said that was a shot?
No, your face said it was a shot. What I said.
Oh, no. I'm laughing at the comment that was made. So I was letting you finish your thought because I was actually about to respond to what you said, and then I saw a little comment pop up. So, but I think to me, Devontae doesn't even belong in this meme. So definitely, I agree with you. That was like a throw off. I think they could have got another receiver to put there.
Like you put T.O. or somebody like another top 5 receiver in there.
There's definitely
Marvin Harrison or something like that. But no, I don't get that. What does this mean?
What Barry doesn't get love because he got beat by numbers. Drake could have been Emmett. That's true. He doesn't, but I think the Homer move is everybody loves Barry around here. Barry has so much respect. He didn't want to break any of Peyton's records. He could have done it easily. I don't believe that. If you're going to do it, do it. Don't miss me with the respect game, because guess what that gives you right now in this argument? Not on this list. All right. Cleveland's just got good, so I know you're feeling yourself right now. This has nothing to do with that, sir.
Brown out,
Homer
baby.
love for Peyton. For Barry calling out Barry as better than Walter Payton. Like in their prime, because the statement he made was in their prime, right?
Yeah.
Sir, my era of watching football was Peyton in his prime. Come on.
I hated Emmitt Smith growing up. I couldn't stand him. Dallas, just 4 yards here, 5 yards there. I couldn't stand Emmitt Smith. Then just play for Arizona just so we can get the record. I hated him.
Ooh, I just received a text message. Oh man, is there? So I'm about to send this to you. So I don't think you can. I don't know if you can use this image. I'm gonna send it over to you. But you know, one of your favorite. Should I email it to you or text it to you?
Email.
So one of your favorite watchers, one of our supporters, just sent me this this picture, this image, and it looks like some type of comparison of number of all-star teammates to have played with an individual, and he has a huge yellow circle around. One said legend.
Oh God,
Michael Jordan. So I don't know if this is even a meme, but you know, I don't know if you could. It's not a meme, but you know, he likes to inject his opinion about one said Michael Jordan into the conversation. So it looks like your eyes are working. You're gonna try to use that?
Yeah, I can throw it up.
I don't. Did you get the whole image?
No, I just got what you sent me.
Okay. Let's see. Wait, while you're so Dre, I've never seen you run the ball, but you would have been good with the Cowboys O-line in front of you. Oh, that's what you're saying. Dre could have been Emmett. Oh, thank you for clarifying. Yes, this is true. Emmett did have a great line of scrimmage. A great offensive line at the line of scrimmage. But I don't know if that's fair to do people like that because they had a great O-line. I mean, are we taking it away because he had a great O-line? Because he still was Emmett, though, and he still balled out. And not only did he do it on the NFL level, he did it in college, too. So he was definitely legit. Similar to Barry, right? Did it at Oklahoma State, came into the league, and did it in Detroit. So that's a fair statement, but I still feel there's a little Homerish in there. You Barry lovers? You're lying, man. Barry. I really want to hear what y'all think if I say he's not even top 10. But I ain't gonna say that.
That's
I'm trolling at that.
Yeah, you're taking it too far.
I'm trolling at that point.
It's all fun and games, and then
I admit. There you go.
This was the image that was sent.
In honor of Perry, we'll go ahead and throw this up. I don't even know if he's in the building yet. I see our number just went up by 1 for viewers. So if you out there, go ahead and speak your piece. But this seems to point out that the GOAT, who many of us consider the GOAT, only had one career All-Star teammate. What say you, LeBron fans? I'm a LeBron fan, but I'm not a LeBron GOAT guy. So what say you, LeBron GOAT folks? Deuce's dad in the building.
Who cares? That's what I say.
The best response you can get is who cares.
Which
usually that means that this comparison is having impact on you.
No, because at the end of the day, Jordan had the greatest coach of all time, and LeBron's never had a great coach.
Is that what we're doing?
I'm just saying. There's things, there's ebbs and flows, there's gives and takes. Jordan had things, LeBron had things. I'm just saying.
Okay. We'll let it rest there. Listen, I didn't send this in, but this goes to show you, ladies and gents, if you ever have any memes or you got anything you want to post up, we got you. Shoot it to us. We'll throw it up, say our piece, let you say yours.
And then at the end of the day, most of these guys on this list are like new era players. So that means the players that play in this era are way better than the players that played in that era.
Whoa.
So at the end of the day, there wasn't a lot of all-stars on the same team back in the 90s. You had one guard, one big man. Those are all the all-stars. That's kind of how it went back then, because it was the cream, and then it was the rest of the NBA. The NBA now is multiple stars on multiple teams. There was no snubs in the all-star team back in the 90s. You all made it. Who made it because they were going to make it. There was no, man, they should have put Sean Kemp in this year. No, they should. No, there were three other fours that always make it in the 90s in the East or in the West. Like, they're snubs this year because there are multiple all-stars in this league. The players are better. They're more groomed. They've been playing basketball since they were 10. They've been famous since they were 15, and they come in the league making hundreds of millions of dollars. Michael Jordan only had one all-star on his team because his other teammates were Luke Longley and whoever. So was he great? Of course. Nobody's doubting his greatness, but the era that he played in definitely depicted this meme today of his all-star teammates.
Okay. Good job. Magic, Larry, Mike, Dirk came in young, Kobe came in young. A lot of those. There's a reason why players emulate players.
Well, and, the Magic and Bird thing kind of goes out the way because they were all drafted there. Those guys were already there when those guys got there.
Okay. Like a lot of the things you said have nothing to do with GOAT, but okay.
I'm just breaking down the meme. I didn't say that,
Yeah.
I broke down the meme.
Younger generation, a lot of talent.
That's why that looks like that.
LeBron's on the bench, on the couch, watching playoffs with us too this year.
So is Michael. So is Michael. He's at home watching as well. Listen, okay, so let's make this hard.
It's not today's show. It's not today's show.
Let's just make this hard pivot over to LeBron. Did you really? Now I can say this now.
Okay.
Because at first, my first question was, did you really expect a 36-year-old guy to will his team against the second seed in the West? And my answer was in my head is yes, I did expect that. But now I see the decline. We all see it. Our eyes have been open. Like, we all expect it. And then it's like, he can't do it no more like that. Like, we all expected LeBron to go in LeBron mode, right? He's wearing the 6 in Miami. He's down 3-2. You expect him to go God mode. He's down 3-1 in Cleveland. You expect him to go God mode. He ain't got it like that no more. So he's down, was it 3-1, 3-2 to Phoenix? No Anthony Davis. Kyle Kuzma's giving them 2 points. Dennis Schroeder's giving them 0 points. Marc Gasol's giving them 0 points. And Andre Drummond's not even playing. It's like you expect him to go God mode, but he can't go God mode. He's just that gear. I don't think that gear is there anymore. Like right before that game, everybody was talking about, yeah, he needs 36, 11, and 10 to will his team. I don't think he's that guy anymore. And before that game, I thought he was that guy. After that game, I see he's not that guy anymore. And I can say that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's past that point. I really think he is. I think the ankle slowed him up too. But at the end of the day, I think he's not that guy no more.
So what's your question?
I answered it myself.
Oh, okay.
I answered it myself because I was going to ask you. And then as I was asking you, I thought to myself, well, yeah, I did think that he was going to win those games. But then after reflection and seeing that he just looked old and beat down and worn down, it's just it is what it is.
I didn't need game 6 for that. I know the answer. If you had asked me the question before that game, I would have picked the Suns. That's an absolute no. Because when was the last time we actually saw him go God mode? We haven't seen that. And he had a bum ankle. Not super bum, but he definitely is not 100%. And not 100% at 36 and not 100% at 26 are two different not 100%. So at the end of the day, no, I was not expecting him to go God mode. I was not expecting the Lakers to win that series. Once AD went down, that was a wrap. That was just a wrap. That team – interestingly enough, this is the same team that when we saw it on paper, we were like, man, okay. Like they went out and upgraded. Yes, they got hit with the injury bug, but and the other piece of it was the same thing that they lacked before it came back to haunt them again. There was no real true shooter on this team, like snipe style. Like we've heard a lot of people kind of dissect this and break it down. They had no go create your own shot guy. They just didn't have that. And so when AD went down, he had no offensive help whatsoever. And even if he went 36, 10, and 11, that meant that somebody else had to go, 18 and 8. And somebody else had to go, one of the bigs had to go, 15 and 10. I mean, because his 10 and 11 assists were going to end up being spread out, to people scoring. And that wasn't happening. So when they got blew out, when AD went down and they got ran by 30, that was the series right there. Everybody else going on this guy mode. I think the lack of respect for Phoenix also contributed to people kind of still hyping up like, oh, LeBron's got to do this, LeBron's got to do that. You asked me that before game 6, if LeBron's got to do that, and did I believe he could? I would have said, nope, absolutely not. This series is over.
Yeah, I think the combination of Bron and AD definitely helped their deficiencies and hide them well. But going into that series, everybody picked them because, most people picked them because, you can't really go against that. LeBron and AD healthy, that system works. They work well together. And we saw like they both going for 30 together. All y'all got to do is pick up the slack and we straight. Right. You know what I'm saying? But once LeBron got hurt, AD got hurt, it was down. And then that like nobody's helping you. And people bash him so bad for needing help, but I mean everybody needs help. In today's NBA, every team has 2+ all-stars. Every team, you know what I'm saying? Like you can kill him all you want to. Like I feel like he's the most vilified person of all time for stupid reasons because they want to keep Jordan on this elusive pedestal, so they find every which way to tear him down. But at the end of the day, this is the era of basketball that he plays in. And he needs help. He's the old guy in the group these days.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And AD was supposed to be that guy, and he's Mr. Glass. He's always getting hurt. You poke him the wrong way, and he shatters. So there's definitely, you're correct. There's no other guy on this team that can get his own shot. The signing of Marc Gasol looked good, but then we found out that he's old. And then we've been waiting for Kyle Kuzma to be the third guy for 4 years now.
That's done. Time to move on.
$50 a year for no reason. Wesley Matthews don't get no run. Andre Drummond can't play basketball, so he didn't even play the last 2 games because he was so ineffective of guarding people and guarding the pick and roll. He sucked, so they had to play Marc Gasol.
Yep.
Montrezl Harrell didn't get no run because he can't make an open jump shot. So why would we put you on the floor? Yes, you're a hustle guy. You get rebounds, stuff like that. No, we need somebody to knock down a shot. and to spread the floor and get guys out the paint so people can drive. Dennis Schroeder,
Right.
what you thought he can get his own shot until he stopped getting his own shot. Totally disinterested. Something happened to him where he totally checked out before the season even ended. So it is what it is. When we get into this situation next year and it's do or die, LeBron needs to put up big numbers to win, everybody's gonna be like, he ain't that guy no more to do that. He needs help. So
it depends too. It depends on if he does it, right? If he keeps doing things that remind you of it, people are going to always continue to believe in him to that level. I think also people tend to, he's one of the most hated, greatest players ever. And they tend to ride him a lot, unnecessarily. And Perry's in the building. He told me to tell you. He texted me and said, "Tell Dre I disagree with him about anything he says in regards to that."
Stop texting and put it in the chat.
He wasn't in the. He was. He had to jump in. He's over a family member's house, so he jumped in.
Right here. We family too. You was on the show. We family. Get on here. we only together for an hour. I can't get an hour of your time. Get on here. Talk to me. Listen,
Kobe said. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you Jordan folks, y'all never had to go through this.
But no, he's not disagreeing with that. He's not disagreeing with you. He's disagreeing with what you said about his picture.
Oh
he doesn't disagree with.
I mean he's saying like LBJ needs more help. He
does,
but I think that's a shot though. That's not like he needs more help. No. Come on, man.
If I know him,
that's a thing, that's a thing. Like LeBron needs more help. LeBron needs more help. This is today's NBA. If Jordan would have kept playing, Jordan quit before they broke up his team where he actually had to try. You understand me? Jordan quit. Jordan quit before he actually had to work for a championship. Before they broke up his team and his coach left and they was going to trade Scottie, he quit. So he didn't have to work on it. So you never got a chance to see if he could do it. Nobody ever got a chance to see if LeBron.
See if he can do what exactly? Win with the Wizards?
To win. No, just win as a Bull. He wasn't done. He was still in his prime.
They weren't keeping him.
He quit.
He quit. Reinsdorf wasn't keeping that team together.
They weren't keeping the team together, but they were going to keep Michael Jordan.
Yeah, no way.
So you quit.
Hey, no, because listen, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this because I love LeBron. He's a Cleveland guy. But if that's the route you're gonna take, if
LeBron quit after he won the title in Cleveland, y'all would have killed him.
That's a stretch.
If he would have quit after he won the title in Cleveland, y'all would have killed him.
No, bro, that's a stretch. Jordan
quit.
LeBron has jumped team to team and gone where the talent is because of, as all the LeBron GOAT folks will say, that's today's NBA. That's what you got to do. If the owner of the team is breaking up the team, that is a totally different dynamic. That is not – I think that's a flag on the play, sir. I think
when LeBron left Cleveland – because my man wasn't paying to get players there, that wasn't him messing up the team, so he left?
First of all, that wasn't true. He was paying to get players there.
He wasn't paying to get the players he wanted in.
We all know the truth about why LeBron left. Delonte West slept with his mama, and Gilbert was a racist. Okay, let's just call it.
So
LeBron left, bro. LeBron left Cleveland. This is. I say this all the time when people ask me about how I felt about LeBron leaving. I had an issue with how LeBron left, but the fact that he left, I have no issue with. I was not burning his jersey that night. Did it hurt? Yes. Could he have communicated better? Yes. But at the end of the day, he didn't leave Cleveland because they weren't paying players. They were getting the top free agents available at the trade deadline back when LeBron was young and in Cleveland. You can't tell me they weren't. The best power forward at that time that they got to come to Cleveland at the trade deadline was Antoine Jameson. The best players that they picked up every time were guys that were the best available players at that time. So to argue that they were not trying to make that team better, it's not LeBron's fault that free agents didn't want to come to Cleveland in the summertime, but to try to say that Mike quit when Reinsdorf was going to break that team up. Yes. That is the right thing to do. If Gilbert was breaking up the Cavs, Bron would have left, and you can't kill Bron for leaving.
They do, though.
No, they don't. They don't kill him for leaving Cleveland because Gilbert was messing up the team. They kill him for leaving Cleveland because he said, I'm going to win you guys a championship. And then when it came time, he rips his jersey off. He doesn't communicate with the front office. At that time, a lot of these other stories were not available to the public. Dude goes into prima donna mode and then goes up to Connecticut and announces it on television without telling anybody in Cleveland before he does it. That's why people kill him for leaving Cleveland. They don't kill him because
they were messing up the team, and the owner was a racist, so he left. Mike quit because they were going to mess up his team. They were going to mess up his team. Oh no, you bring back the players that I want. No, Mike, we're going in a different direction. Well, I quit then. That ain't what happened.
Even Pistons fans are on here saying, "Dre,
that ain't what happened."
I think you just took the bait and you bit off that piece of troll from Perry, and your emotions got the best. He quit. You're the first person I've ever heard say this. This literally quit. This is like hot takes on Academy Sports for the first time ever. A podcaster believes that Michael Jordan quit on the Bulls.
He quit. He said he took his ball and he ran. He left. You're not going to take my coach. You're not going to keep me my coach. Y'all beefed out. Phil leaving. All right, so I ain't going to have my coach. Y'all trying to get rid of the Scotty. All my core pieces is going away. We old, and you saying all this stuff.
Wait a minute. So when has LeBron done this? When has LeBron actually done this? When has LeBron stayed and said, "Oh, everybody's leaving. I'm gonna hang around"? Name that team again. I'm not sure.
What do you mean?
What team has LeBron been on where everybody was leaving and he stayed?
But I'm saying though, it's a double standard.
No, it's not because it hasn't happened.
Y'all kill him for leaving, but your GOAT quit.
They're not the same scenarios.
He quit. It is the same scenario. You're not giving me what I want, so I'm leaving.
No, that's not quitting. The same scenarios.
That's quitting.
They are not the same scenarios. LeBron left Cleveland.
You're not giving me what I want, so I'm leaving.
The Bulls broke up a dynasty. Every dynasty that's ever been a dynasty,
you never got to see Jordan in this mode.
So why didn't LeBron stay in Miami? Why didn't LeBron stay in Miami?
Did you ever give Jordan a chance to see how his career would have been as a 37-year-old guy, superstar like LeBron is, trying to will his team back into the postseason?
No,
where is this coming?
Yes, sir, where is this coming from?
It's easy to quit when you're on top.
You're only doing this. You're only doing this because he trolled you and said LeBron needs help. That's what you're in this. You're trying to rebut his statement by saying, "Oh, your GOAT never did this." But that's not even apples to apples. That's two different scenarios. You can't even compare the two because you can't have a double standard if the double didn't happen. He did not quit. Reinsdorf broke up the team. If Pat Riley had broke up the Heat and LeBron stayed, you'd have an argument right now. Gilbert didn't break up the team, bro. He left his players in Cleveland. LeBron left his team. Everybody else was still on that team when LeBron left. They sucked the next year. He left and his team and went and played. He left and took his ball and saying we killed him for how he did it.
Right.
Jordan left because the Bulls got broke up. Why would he stay?
You saying left, but he quit.
He didn't quit.
Say quit.
He retired.
He quit. Say quit.
Oh my God. No,
you're using every other word. You're using every other word to quit.
They're called you are being a Skip Bayless right now. This is ridiculous.
You're using every other word than quit.
Listen, I've never seen one of our listeners able to join the show 48 minutes in, make one comment, and see you go down this path. This is amazing. All right, well, listen.
I'm just saying, the guy on your pedestal, you never got a chance to see him in this moment. That's all I'm saying.
What does that matter, though?
Because they're not.
I'm not killing LeBron.
The two people can't compare. But I'm saying the people that's killing him for losing in the first round, you never got a chance to see Jordan do it because he never tried.
But here's my thing: how can you kill
a man for trying?
I would not
on his career in his 20th year in the career.
Okay, first of all,
you keep a man on top because he never tried.
It's not like he chose. It's not like he stood up and said, "You know what? I'm going to try to go play in the first round and lose." That's not what he did. So let's not put a halo over the guy's head.
No, I'm not saying that he wanted to lose in the first round. I'm saying he's still playing basketball. So you're killing him as he's trying to progress his career, but you're not acknowledging the guy that you consider the greatest never tried.
Listen, first of all, I would never argue this with anybody killing LeBron for losing in the first round. I would never argue with
you, but in general. He's getting murdered. He's getting murdered.
I think you have better reasons to stand on about people killing LeBron in the first round besides trying to run with the Michael Jordan quit argument. I think you have better foundation and there's a better platform for you besides this one. I just do. That's just
no.
You're the first person
because he's there. He's there, and y'all. It's boxing with God with y'all, so y'all can't see it. It's fine.
I didn't even know where this is.
Sounding more and more like the GOAT. See?
Can I read comments?
It's just pushing them further and further up. You can't challenge it. Why would you challenge God?
Where are you going with? I don't know where you got this "didn't try" thing from. What? You don't get to try it. It is or it isn't. Like the Bulls were never in the position to lose in the first round because they were the Bulls. It never happened. And then when he broke the team up, listen. If I were Michael Jordan, I would have left too. I'm not. No. If I were LeBron, I would have left. There's no comparison here until LeBron goes through the same. Just like you're trying to say, Mike didn't go through the same scenario. I could argue if I wanted to. I think this is a far argument here. We're on a very slippery slope, but I could argue, hey, LeBron hasn't been in the same scenario either. So we don't have apples to apples. We're not arguing on the same plane. If LeBron had been in the same scenario and he did it, then let's have that argument. But LeBron didn't stay with a team that the owner broke up. That's not the same scenario.
I don't think that's the lens that I was going through. The lens I'm going through is LeBron is being killed for being 36 and not being able to go God mode and lift his team into the second round.
But it's not that just when
the guy you consider to go never put himself in a position to do that.
You don't put yourself in position to do that, though. That's like LeBron
before you get a chance to handle adversity.
LeBron did not put himself in position to be where he is today. He didn't put himself there. He was there because of adversity caused by other outside factors. So there were external reasons why LeBron is where he is today. Not LeBron's fault. LeBron played on the bum ankle. LeBron did what he did. So the external reasons as to why LeBron was
– so he would have got killed more if he would have shut it down because he was hurt and everybody else was hurt.
No. He wouldn't have.
So the external factors is just
LeBron would have
basketball.
This is why LeBron
is supposed to fight through those things.
The only reason, if we're gonna talk about the GOAT argument,
I'm not talking. I'm stay in the lens that I'm in right now.
I am though. You're not. Listen. You're trying to demean.
You're taking it outside where I'm trying to put it.
You're demeaning Jordan's GOAT status because he didn't choose to stick around and play on a team that didn't have any other good players. LeBron didn't choose to be in the first round and give it his – the dude was in the first round. Your team gets hurt, and the rest of your players sucked. You gave it your best, and y'all lost. The GOATs of Jordan Day are killing LeBron for that. Today's people are killing him.
No,
that's hold on. Today's people are killing him. Today's people are killing him, which I think is stupid. The only way that we can have because ultimately what this boils down to is a comparison between Jordan and Bron on GOAT level. The only way we can have that discussion is it can't be because LeBron chose to be in this situation because he didn't.
I didn't say he chose to be injured. I didn't say he chose to be on an injured little team. I'm saying that he's 36, still playing in the NBA.
Correct. That's his choice.
Whatever. If he would have won the championship, it would have been fine. But his team got hurt. The situation is what it is.
It is what it is.
If he would have stopped playing on a bum ankle and shut it down, he would have got killed. He played on a bum ankle at 36 and it can't go God mode. He gets killed. But I'm just saying.
You're super frustrated about your GOAT.
I'm not frustrated. I'm trying to stay in the box that I'm trying to keep.
The only way LeBron gets killed for this series is if everybody's healthy and they lose
from
to the Suns.
You. I'm saying you're coming from a place of trying to be level-headed. I'm coming from a place of the world is killing him because he couldn't get over the hump. For some reason, you can't see that, or you choose not to see it. That's here nor there. I'm saying that it's not comparable because your guy never chose to continue his career in his prime. So you never got to see him on the downslide. Now that we're watching LeBron on a downslide, he's going to get murdered because he's obviously on a down trajectory of his career. You never got your guy was here his whole career because
here's my question.
Because he never continued his career. He quit before he got a chance to go here.
Why is Michael Jordan even in this conversation? Why? Because you're stating a fact about LeBron.
Okay.
Right?
And Jordan.
I think let me ask those of you who are listening, the ones that call him the GOAT, that call Mike the GOAT. I'm asking it for let's be level-headed. Are we comparing them the same if we're literally I don't think real Jordan people have a right to demean LeBron in this scenario. I don't. I think the narrative around LeBron was he's got to go God mode. We never heard LeBron say, I got to go God mode. We never heard LeBron say this, that, or the third about what I got to do. He said, we got to go out here. We got to do like he always does. At the end of the day, bro, I just don't understand why Mike's even in the combo, because LeBron's going to get killed regardless. That's your generation. That is the media of today. They kill LeBron regardless of what he does.
And there's no underlying comparison on anything that he does. Every time we speak LeBron, they're not handcuffed in time. They're not handcuffed by the accomplishments and
I have not heard
the feats that they make. So every time a LeBron picture, stat, or anything is put up, you never read the comments, and Jordan comes in there 87 million times. Those two men aren't handcuffed in time. That's what you're trying to tell me? You can't have a conversation about LeBron James without having a conversation about without Michael Jordan? Are you saying those two things don't exist together?
We're not. That's a ludicrous conversation. It exists, but you're arguing with the fringe. No, but you're having a moment for the fringe element of GOAT debater.
So when I said LeBron needed more help, and then I got trolled by a Jordan stan,
you took the bait.
So those things are handcuffed because those things happen together. You
took the bait.
Can't say anything positive without Jordan people coming and do what they do. Those things are handcuffed together. You can't have an honest LeBron conversation without talking about Jordan. Those things are married together. Right or wrong?
In the world of media,
in the world, I'm not talking about you. In the world, you put up a status about LeBron. We can have a focus group right now. Put up a status right now about how great LeBron James is. Half the comments on your status will be about Jordan. because they make it about Jordan every time you talk about LeBron. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're really upset about it too. It's okay, Dre. I get upset
right.
too.
Just say I'm right.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, then. So if I'm right, if I'm right, what you just said, I'm right. If I'm right, if I'm bringing up LeBron, then I can bring up Michael in the same sense because they're married.
I think your argument is flawed. Because you're comparing apples to oranges.
I'm right. You just don't like the argument.
No, I think you're right about
that's pretty much.
No, I think you're right about the fact that you usually can't have a GOAT. You cannot have a GOAT debate without you can't have a GOAT debate without talking about Mike and LeBron. You can't have a LeBron discussion nowadays without bringing up the GOAT. Yes. So constantly that's the argument that everybody wants to go to. But speaking to your specific point about the troll that took place and then the comparison that you made, I don't think you're right about your comparison. Your comparison is flawed because your apples. I feel like you're comparing apples to oranges here. And if the scenarios were the same, then I think we have a debate. But to say I think you're penalizing him for retiring. You're penalizing Mike for retiring.
Quitting.
You're saying he quit.
Yes.
But your context of quit is being used to support your argument for LeBron in the whole troll move. So you're not just saying, oh, he quit like he retired. You're using the term quit to be malicious. You're using it in favor to support your argument. And the bottom line is when the level playing field of your argument needs to be, did both players have the same scenario take place? And you try to use the Cleveland move as the same scenario. And I just
take that out there. Take that out there.
Okay.
They're not really in the box that I'm talking about is LeBron being killed for whatever the external reasons were. They didn't make it, right?
As to support why Mike's the GOAT. That's the box you're really. It's because if this is a debate that I'm going LeBron, ha ha ha, because Mike is better. That's the debate, right?
That's always the thing. Because Deuce said the media has made it that way since he was 18. They're handcuffed.
Mm-hmm.
That was the chosen one, King James.
Yeah. Okay.
Can he get more than Mike? That's always been the thing.
Absolutely.
Right? And
counting number of rings.
20 years in the NBA, it's a lot more to judge on a man than a man that played a small amount of time that you never got to see decline. Okay. That's all I'm saying. All the other stuff, okay, he left, whatever, you can kill him separately for those things, or you can understand separately for those things. I think you would have to destroy a man because he decided to play longer, and now you can see his decline is messed up because the person that you put on the pedestal, you never got to see the decline because he stopped playing. I'll say it nicer for you, because he stopped playing before you got a chance for him to, one, handle any kind of adversity, and two, before the team dismantled or before you got to see a decline.
You were doing good until you started with that adversity stuff. Handle adversity is relative. They handled adversity winning 6 championships.
No, the adversity would be him doing it with another team, him doing it differently with a different coach. That's the adversity that I'm talking about. He had basically the same hitters, interchangeable, right? You got not an all-star, but you got 2 top 50 players, 2 Hall of Fame players, and Scottie and Rodman, one of the best snipers, 2 best snipers in the game. I'm just saying, if you take that box of where he had a chance to put himself in a situation of adversity with his team, with his franchise, and try it with a different group into a longer age, you would have saw some decline.
Yeah,
and you never saw that because he retired.
Okay, so that's why again
LeBron gets killed because he's continuing in year 20. That's the box that I'm trying to put it in.
But if you had started in that box and just put it there, and didn't even bring to make your point, you don't have to bring up Michael Jordan.
Did we not say they're handcuffed?
No, they are handcuffed, but you can make a strong argument, sir, because you originally started this whole.
Even if you continue this conversation, it would have been Jordan would have did it. Jordan would have did this. No, Jordan didn't need help. You brought up the meme, sir. The meme was given to you, and we put up the meme.
It was not.
And Jordan was introduced to the conversation.
But listen, it wasn't on the terms of LeBron being great. That's not what it was. It was just an additional meme to what the meme. That's all it was. It was an additional meme to what the meme, and it got put in, and we had a debate about it. You have a
LeBron conversation.
Sure.
Never bring up Jordan. I want to say you have a LeBron conversation and never bring up Jordan. And you text me when you have that.
You made a very clear statement about LeBron, and that is that at the end of the day, you originally started, we are seeing him on the decline, and I did not expect him to do what he did or what he did not do that everybody said they were expecting him to do. And now you could have left that right there. I don't know what Perry has over you, but once he said LeBron needs more help, you went there. The facts of the matter are he did need more help this year. He did. That's a fact. That has nothing to do with him being the GOAT. I can't compare it. I know you'll say, oh, well, for you're not the fodder, but we're not comparing. You compare GOATs at their greatest levels. That's what you do. If Brady plays 3 more years and sucks, we're going to go, he had 6 rings, and when he was in his prime, boom. Nobody's going to – then as soon as he loses his people get hurt, he gets hurt, then all the other things will come into play. But don't think people aren't still going to say, oh, but he's going to go all world today and win another Super Bowl. Or don't think people aren't going to say, oh, but Montana was better. But for some reason, sir, this LeBron debate gets you hot under the collar. Look at him. He won't even talk to us anymore.
I'm letting you talk because I talked a lot.
No, it's not. Now you're being the guy that I told you to let them score after the game in our first win in triple overtime 4 years ago. Listen, I'm gonna read these comments just because there's been a lot. Kobe says, "I'm just glad the Lakers suck so bad, but we have other things to talk about other than blind Bron or busted shoulder Bron no more." But that's not a Jordan thing. That's just Kobe being Kobe.
Okay.
That's not a Jordan thing.
Okay.
He's a Steph Curry fan.
Okay.
Perry says it was a shot.
Okay.
It was a shot. So Perry's admitting it was a shot. LBJ always needs more help. That's a Detroit Pistons pettiness.
Just keep deflecting it. It's fine.
No, listen, Deuce's dad 11 does not agree that Jordan's a GOAT. I don't think he does. Perry said, "Did he quit?" Perry said, "Did he quit or was he smart?" He said, "Stop, Dre, please." They told me to ring the bell on you. There was a lot of laughter.
All the Jordan fans, go ahead.
Cleveland got Shaq. They were trying. Cleveland was trying to get people.
That was a try.
Yeah, that's because you demean it to support your argument doesn't mean anything. It's true.
So Shaq helped your team? That's what you're telling me?
They won 64 games with Shaq.
Shaq helped your team, though?
They were the Milwaukee Bucks of the early 2000s, yes. Okay. They won 64 games with Shaq and lost to the Orlando Magic. They said, Dre, you got triggered, man. They got you. But it's okay. It's okay. Don't let the trolls you're getting trolled right now. I know how you feel because you do this to me all the time.
No, I'm in a room full of Jordan stands, and I can take it.
Why Jordan was brought into this.
It's fine.
How did we get here? Go ahead. You got to lead the show, Dre. Deuce's dad said, "I hate to say Jordan is the GOAT because I hate his guts. I'm a bad boy fan." The only person in here I think that is killing LeBron is maybe Perry, but Perry is a reasonable guy. I actually think he would actually agree. anybody killing LeBron right now, trying to demean his GOAT status for what just happened, I think is on the fringe. So
we're in a group chat about with somebody killing LeBron every day. I get a message every day about somebody killing LeBron.
Well, yeah, but I mean hey, listen, man, that is today though. Jordan didn't even have that media frenzy of issue back then. The whole media piece of today's generation is just totally different. LeBron has had to deal with a different level of media than the Bulls or the greats of the 80s and 90s in the NBA. I mean, even Kobe didn't have to deal with the level of scrutiny that LeBron has had to deal with. Now, if you want to talk about GOAT status with the media, LeBron's going to win that hands down. Because he's probably had the biggest media onslaught ever since he, as Deuce's dad pointed out, since he turned 18. And he was driving around Akron, St. Vincent, St. Mary with a Hummer that we all knew somebody bought for him. All right, come on back.
All right, so we got games. Milwaukee, Brooklyn, who you got?
I got Brooklyn in 6. I apologize to everyone.
Atlanta, Philadelphia, who you
got? Philly.
I don't know who's next.
I got Philly in 5 because I'm not really going to respect Atlanta for getting a win on the road.
Nah, I'm just trolling. All right, so Milwaukee, Brooklyn. Who did Milwaukee beat first round?
That's a good question. It doesn't even matter.
Oh, Miami.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we know Miami was all bubble. All bubble talk.
Bubble squad.
All bubble flex. No
bubble squad.
No response. So Milwaukee, I know that felt good for Milwaukee to come back and go ahead and sweep them dudes. And then Brooklyn, who did Brooklyn play? Dang, you're so far back. Behind on stuff. Brooklyn played the Celtics. That was a 5-game sweep.
Listen, man, I don't know what the Celtics are doing. That's the only thing about them. They're supposed to be a top 4 team in the East. They're oddly built.
Like, who that again? What'd you say?
The Celtics.
Celtics, yeah.
They just like, I get you have Jaylen Brown as your sidekick, but to me, I feel like they're playing the same position. And then Kemba Walker's not the third guy. Sorry, guys. Y'all believe with those 2 guys, and then you add a scoring point guard, that's not going to work. And everybody loves their glue guy, Mr. Thug himself. What's his name?
Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart. Yeah, I'm not a big fan, but now they've gone and put the head coach in the VP position and the player personnel position. That'll be interesting. But I just don't understand how they're built. Well, it'll be interesting to see what they do in the future.
Yeah, they have zero depth too. Like once Tatum and Brown, it's kind of poor. Kendrick Perkins pointed that out. He was like, their second squad is trash. Like they're really top heavy, and like you said, the top pieces don't look like they fit well together. But they're really invested in Tatum and Brown, so hopefully that thing works out. But Kemba, for the money that he makes, he can't be their starting point guard because he's not giving them what they need. You know what I'm saying? Like that elbow jumper only gets you so far.
Right.
And then in this new East with, the 76ers coming up and Brooklyn and stuff like that, you're going to need more firepower. You're going to need more depth. So I don't think whatever coach they get, I don't think it'll help. Like this.
No, it's players for sure.
Yeah, like
they got to low key rebuild a little bit.
Tatum's a stud. Like that guy can drop 50 whenever he wants to, but everything else in that roster has a lot of question marks. If you can flip Jaylen Brown into a new roster, I would try to do that. On 2K, I played with them and I traded Smart and Tristan Thompson for the Fro and Kevin Love, and we won like 70 games. because we had defense. The guy that can shoot the three.
Man.
And then, so that matchup there, Milwaukee and Brooklyn, a lot of smack talk between Giannis and I didn't know the Giannis Harden thing dove as deep as it was. Like
I didn't either.
Like either this is manufactured or those guys really don't like each other. Either way, they'll never really guard each other. So
I can't even believe that Giannis doesn't like somebody. I have a hard time really believing that this dude's got like a mean streak in him. But okay, he's really? Greek. He's Greek.
That's bold. Yeah, I know. I went on a limb before the playoffs started, and I was on the Bucks train really hard. But I just want to see him fight. I want to see with this defense lock in. DiVincenzo not playing shouldn't be that big of a loss to a team like this. And they had their worst shooting night ever against Brooklyn in Game 1. So hopefully there's a good bounce back, and hopefully they make this a 7-game series. But Brooklyn looks like a juggernaut, whether they got Harden or not.
Yeah. I like Brooklyn in 6 in that series.
Yeah, I'm a flip-flop. I'm going to say Brooklyn in 7. I'm act like I was right. All right, so Phoenix, their first round, get the Lakers. They handled their business. And then Denver, what did Denver play? Denver played.
Man, they played nobodies. Portland. Yeah. Portland again.
Dame was in God mode, and he still lost in overtime.
Remember, I got killed for Dame being on my list where he was, and I killed him because of the fact that they always lose in the first round. That's why I kind of brought him down. He did go God mode. They still lost in the first round.
I totally agree with what they're doing. I told fire the coach, trade McCollum. Like, you got to do everything in your power to keep this dude in your market because he is your market. Like,
Is it trade McCollum though?
It's trade McCollum, bro. You got to trade him. See, he's not. He's a third option, and they pay him like a second option. Like,
well, who's going to come to Portland?
I don't know.
I feel like you have a better chance of getting a third option, getting like another option with it's you and CJ, because I feel like a lot of people give CJ McCollum a lot of love in the NBA. So I feel like you could have got a third guy to come there and then kind of push McCollum into the third option, and then it'd be Dame and whoever and CJ. But I think with a Dame only situation, it's Portland.
It is. And
unfortunately, being a Cleveland guy, man.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah, that's tough, bro. That's tough. That's a bad.
Man, it's time to let Dame go get his chip somewhere, bro.
Yeah, you got to do right by him and let him go. But I mean, if that was the case, I think they're going to try everything in their power first, right? Unless you wouldn't have fired the coach, because I mean, he got you to the playoffs in all these years in a row, first round exits. But that's another where the roster was always hurt and always declining. Nurkic is not that guy. Collins is always hurt. They got influx of threes and twos, and nobody.
It was nice to see Melo do his thing, but
I mean, Melo is a good bench piece. He can go old school mode and drop 20 every once in a while and help you win a game. So I'm not putting it all on him, but this team ain't what it is. So the world is watching to see what Dame does. But Denver looks really good, even without Jamal Murray. All right, so that leaves the matchup with Phoenix versus Denver.
I have no idea. This would be nasty. Dame to the Warriors. Man, not enough basketballs to go around though, but
not enough capital.
That'd be sick though. But oh my God, that'd be sick.
You got enough to get Dame. Like, you giving up all your first. You're not trading Clay. I mean, you're giving up all your first, Draymond and Wiseman.
Unless, I mean, word is though that the last story out with Clay is that he's not going to start the season. So if that's worse than we think it is, then maybe it's realistic. But now on a video game, it's sick to imagine. I'll be honest with you.
I think trading Klay Thompson away is like trading Isaiah Thomas away. When you got him hurt and his sister died and you still traded him away. Like, that's what leg twice for you in 2 years, tried to rehab, and then you can trade him away before he can play for you again.
Yeah. I don't think he gets traded away. To be honest with you, but because nobody will take him either. But I don't see Pringle just said Dame can't play in the system yet. I don't know that Dame and Curry and Draymond and Clay work though. I don't know. It's interesting, but it's interesting. But anyway, Denver and Phoenix. I have no idea. Like part of me wants to see Devin Booker go further. So part of me wants to see Phoenix win this series because I like him. So far I like what I see out of him getting a chance to be on that stage. But then again, you kind of feels like too that Denver, it's their time. They've been right there for the last few years, and everybody's been kind of waiting. But low key, they've been ascending every year.
Mm-hmm.
Like Portland, I think what put them out a couple years ago in that first round. That was one series that Portland won.
Final last year.
Yeah, and then they get to the conference finals, and then you see the injury, but then they bounce back. So I don't know, to be honest with you. Pringle said it depends on CP3. Absolutely. CP3 is the key. If he can stay healthy, this could be a 7-game series. Yeah. I feel like Utah's got enough. I mean, I feel like Denver's got enough in 7, though. So I'm going to call Denver in 7 because I feel like Denver has a little more depth to win this series. And so I'm going to go Denver in 7.
They do, and they got the depth in the right places. Like Denver has the front court depth, and and Phoenix got better, backcourt players. So
yep.
It's.
I mean, then you got Michael Porter Jr., who's ascending.
Yeah, so he's taking that Jamal Murray's point. He's killing right now. So Suns do have better team defense. I don't see really Ayton getting off on Jokic. But you'll probably have Jay Crowder guarding Jokic most of the series to keep Ayton fresh.
Major mismatch. Jokic
is gonna kill him. So for that, like I feel like he's gonna get destroyed in the paint. But at the same time, Phoenix got the 3 ball. So this one is definitely a toss up. But I'll go Denver in 7.
Yeah.
And then in the East, the last one is Utah versus LA. So LA had a nail biter against Luka. Your top 5 player, Luka Doncic.
Hey, man, he balled.
He balled. He definitely balled.
Talking about somebody needs some help.
He balled. Yeah, KP didn't step up for him at all. Nope. He was pretty much a roller and just corner shot guy. Like, he was not aggressive. Like, he had switches where he had a vastly smaller person on him, and he does not back anybody down.
Nope. He doesn't play his back to back
at all.
Yep.
Like I was like, bro, you got this mismatch. Take advantage of it. Like nothing. Like you got man on you, the backup point guard, and you still didn't back nobody down to the paint. So
Boban was eating in the paint more than KP was. Rang.
He was. So
yeah, I wanted to see the Mavericks get out of the first round though. But when I got to Game 7, I knew it was a wrap because Game 7s is about who's your dog player. And to me, it was 2 dog players against 1. And PG stepped up and
Kawhi killed this game.
Kawhi, yeah, and then Kawhi did Kawhi things.
Yeah.
So if you got Kawhi doing that and PG playing at a higher level than he's played in the past, then the Clippers become formidable. I'm still picking Utah in this series.
I feel like Kawhi got the shot like KD. Like every time he rise up, I think it's going in.
Yeah,
like especially from mid range, like his jumper is just wet. Like he just know where to go. He just know where the hoop is. Like if he pull up from inside the arc, it's going in every single time. Yep. So his skill set is ridiculous. But I really want to see Luka in these next rounds. Like he's got to ascend. The dude is too good not to be in the Western Conference Finals.
But the problem with that is it's going to be out of Dallas because Pringle just pointed this out. Their offensive system sucks, though. Luka plays like it's 2K and he's my player and doesn't win in the playoffs. I agree with you 100%. And that's going to be an issue in Dallas because there aren't enough people in Dallas around him. He's going to have to be paired up with somebody. Yeah. I don't know if Cuban can pull that off. But if he stays in Dallas, I think it'll be very disappointing because he'll always lose to like a big market team that's got multiple stars on it until they get somebody to go play with him.
Dallas been trying to get like major market, like he's
been
trying for years.
Yep.
He been trying for years to get somebody to come there, but nobody ever. I remember the whole DeAndre Jordan thing. He been trying for years to get people to come there. Just nobody wants to go to Dallas for some reason.
And KP hates him. Yeah, KP's mad now. I feel like the sidekick. I feel like a afterthought. Did you hear his quote today?
No.
Oh yeah, he came out today. Let's see if I can pull it up right quick. He came out today with he's a little upset. Did they already take it down? Oh, they already took it down. Yeah, he's upset. KP is I feel like an afterthought, I believe was the quote. I feel like an afterthought.
Bro, you trash, bro. Like, I don't want to say trash, but you're not aggressive. Like, you're 7'3". Like, and all you want to do is shoot threes. Like, be aggressive. Like, all you do, you're a backdoor cut dunker and an open three shot taker. That's your whole game. And you can't be 7'3" and do stuff like that.
Yep.
So Luka gotta go God mode every single time. Now, I agree with Pringle, bro. Like, he do be doing some 2K stuff. Like, like everybody move out the way. He'll take the pick and roll. He got my man on his hip, keeping him, and then he'll flick it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, or he'll come up and he'll just jack that boy. You definitely need to rein him in sometimes. And I don't think Rick Carlisle, like, he know his bread is buttered, so he's not going to do that. And they were talking about, does he need to go? Because you don't really see too many offensive sets. It's just really just Luka doing whatever he wants to do.
Poor guy. Last time he got fired, that team won the NBA title.
He been on some good teams. I mean, he was on the Pacer teams that used to bang, Pistons teams. He been on some really good teams. But I can't see. Luka's good, but I don't see anybody going to play with him because he's the way he plays.
Yeah, he's up for an extension soon, so that means he's probably going to leave.
Listen, if I had a PSA to all the good guys that coming on their 5th year, don't sign the extension.
Yeah.
I would never sign the extension. I would go into free agency every single time. You're going to make your money. That extra $40 million, I can say that because it's not in my bank account. Right. that the team that draft you can get. But if I'm Trae Young, Luka Doncic, Zion Williamson, I am not signing no extension after my 5th year. I'm not doing it. I'm a free agent. All right, so that leads us to.
So we got to pick that series, huh? I'm going Utah in 7. I still don't believe in the Clippers, bro.
Utah? But you believe in Utah.
Yeah, but bro, like y'all went 7 with the Mavericks, the team we just destroyed. Like, the team we just said is basically Luka and everybody else. It still took y'all 7, and you didn't win a home game until you got to game 7.
But don't you think that was like a wake-up call? Like, Ty Lue can use that, like, bro, like, we can do this. Like, when we get our minds together, we can destroy teams. Because I like Donovan Mitchell, but he ain't Luka.
Yeah, but I don't like – to me, like, the fact that they have to be that team says enough to me about that team. Like, y'all should not have to be woken up. If I'm still trying to wake you up right now, we got chemistry issues for real. Like, what we see on the floor is just a manifestation of probably your bus ride over to the – like, imagine their bus ride to the arena it probably sucks.
It's like, man, we in a game 7 against the Mavericks.
Yeah.
We losing to one person.
It's like, hey, what do you guys think about this? Like, there's not much being said because nobody on that team. Kawhi doesn't talk. So it's not like – I mean, think like how uncomfortable that is.
Yeah.
But – yeah, the matchup was better, but still, I mean, come on. I'm Utah in 7. I think they're just big, they're athletic, and they've got the right pieces to do what they need to do. Starting at the point guard with Conley, Spider, they've got enough, I think, to get past.
You got a Utah-Denver Western Conference Finals?
I know. The NBA is praying that doesn't happen. So watch out for the game 3. Pull out some of them old referees we used to know by name because we knew they were refereeing game 3.
What? And it's Brooks? Ain't that the guy that CP3 hate?
Oh yeah. I think that's the same guy that Curry hates too.
Yeah, Scott Brooks. Because he put out a tweet last time they lost. He was like, "No, that's 0-7 with Scott Brooks in my games in the playoffs." They hate that guy. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Nets are killing the Bucks by 27.
Yeah, there's too much. It's just too much. Oh,
I told you guys, Giannis. I told y'all. I told you. Regular season champs. I told y'all.
But here's the thing, though. Like Brooklyn's just OP though. Like you can't be like they thought they made the moves to contend in the East that was constructed, and then they got James Harden. There's nothing you can do about that. It's like the Nets. It's like when the Warriors got KD. You was like, no, I'm like, bro, this is ridiculous. Look at this squad. Like
Harden's hurt.
This squad.
You get blown out by 27, and Harden's in street clothes.
And you still got two of the top 6 players in the game though on your team.
Wow. Like I said, the Bucks are the regular season champs.
And their roster is built well for the minimum players that they have. You know, right. Joe Harris is a bucket. You know what I'm saying? The young Claxton dude, he's a good role player. Like they're Bruce Brown, their players that they put around, they work. Everybody fits. And plus, they know, like, if you know you want a dog squad, you don't want to be that guy that don't show up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they all playing on high cylinders. But yeah, the Bucks are bucking right now.
And Pringle says Giannis is really a Bravo masquerading as an alpha. What do you think about that?
I think he's an old school center that needs to play center. I feel like
he's Greek.
I feel like he needs a point guard to throw it up and him dunk it all the time. Like, unfortunately, like he's not the ball handler. Like if you ever watch a Bucks game, every time he drives and they cut him off, he turns around and throws the ball back out because he's uncomfortable.
Yes,
he's uncomfortable because he doesn't have any back to the basket moves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He literally
powers got a little turnaround now. You heard about his turnaround jump shot?
No, he literally powers himself to the basket. And if he can't get through that first wall, he throws the ball back out.
Yeah.
So
until he develops the second level of his game and he becomes hard to guard, he is not the best player in the league. Yeah. That's how I feel about that.
Yeah. And then don't let Chris Middleton not have a good game. Then there's no offense.
60-35.
Chris Middleton is probably the worst number 2 guy ever. Oh, what happened? We lost him. I'm here by myself. And I'm not controlling this, so I don't know how to get him back in. There we go.
Press F5 and refresh the wrong page.
There we go. I was like, I'm not controlling this, so I don't know how to get you back in. All right, so
Utah 7, call it. Call it. You don't want to pick the Clippers.
I don't want to pick them. I'm gonna say LA. I'm gonna say LA in 7.
Okay.
Did we do Philly, Atlanta?
Yeah, I said Philly in 5. I don't respect the Hawks. Did you pick them?
I'm going Philly. I mean, I'm going Atlanta, bro. I'm gonna be that guy. I'm already that guy today, so might as well keep going.
Oh God! So now Atlanta's going to beat Philly, and we're going to have an Atlanta and Brooklyn conference finals. That's going to be real nice to watch.
Oh yeah, that's a sweep right there. Something wrong with my mouse. All right, here we go. Yeah, Embiid's going to get hurt. Call it. Book it. Book it. Game 3, torn meniscus, out for the season.
Well, it's already torn, so it's just going to finish it off, huh?
Finish it off.
Oh man. Yeah. So Pringle says Embiid with a monster line is still a blowout. Yeah, but also that's true, right? He scores 36 and they still lose they still basically lost by 20, but they tried to pull it out in the end. But I think what you just saw happen with Atlanta was a little bit of a kind of a weird scenario too. They made like 22 3-pointers and they only averaged 12 3-pointers a game. So I don't know that they're going to shoot that well throughout the series. Philly may be in trouble. I agree, but Philly in 5. Perry said Clippers in 6. Kobe said Dre is rebounding from that rant. Well,
I expect that.
I agree. Purple said, no footwork, no shot equals no alpha.
True.
Kobe said LA got lucky.
Yeah, if there was another person on the Dallas Mavericks, they would have been.
Don't get out. Yeah, the Clippers don't get out the series.
They would have been in trouble. Put Jaylen Brown on the Mavericks. maybe that works out. I don't know. But there's guys that don't fit in certain places. Maybe we should just mix them all up and see what works best.
Yeah, I think if Luka also gets a better, maybe he doesn't trust his teammates. Maybe I don't know, but he does go 2K mode a lot. So I think we got to get. I mean, Aaron pointed out maybe he needs a point guard. Maybe that helps him so he can play off the ball a little bit. But the fact that he just dribbles up and half the time shoots on his own, it's fun to watch, but it's not going to win in the playoffs.
I feel like the only plays called are for Hardaway. Like, he gets the curls in the threes. Those are the only plays that get called. Everything else is just Luka, go.
Right.
All right. So, and then just a quick hitter. Does Julio going to the Titans do anything for you?
Julio to the Titans does something for me like you said it does for you, and I think you made a great point when we texted about it yesterday, and that is you can't load the box, which that's the traditional way to play Tennessee is you load the box because you got to stop Derrick Henry, and you would dare Tannehill to beat you. I think you still kind of can dare Tannehill to beat you, but it gets a little harder with Julio and what's my man's name?
Yeah, Julio, AJ Brown
on the outside. So, but I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm a Tennessee fan or even just as a football guy, my biggest question still about Tennessee would be, can they defend?
Do we know what they gave up yet?
6th round. I think there's a later 49ers rookie warned about the Bay Area housing costs. What? Is that a story? This is why we suffer to get through. This is literally why we suffer to get through it, because those are the stories on the NFL portion of ESPN is that the rookies in San Francisco have been warned.
It's the down season.
Yeah, so let's see. Jones from the Titans acquired for a 2022 second-round pick, a 2023 fourth-rounder.
2 or 4.
That's it.
A 2 and a 4 for Julio.
Hey, man.
Was reporting on Get Up to like earlier this week that somebody had a first round on the table.
Yeah, but
guess they pulled up.
I don't know. Yeah, with Tennessee obviously made some friends or some connections or something because 2 and a 4. I heard it was better offers on the table, but who knows why? Yeah, Tennessee's got to still stop people. Last year, they couldn't stop. They had no pass rush. And a lot of teams were able to throw on them. They're still going to be bullies, and they're still going to win 11, maybe.
Well, I don't know what it was. I think they said the former OC of Tennessee is now the head coach of Atlanta, so he hooked his boys up on his way out.
There it is, man.
But, yeah, I think you're right. Like, this just gives Derrick Henry more room to do Derrick Henry things. But there's never, to me, like, to win a Super Bowl, you either need a hot defense or a hot quarterback. Like, the best receiver and the best running back never really wins the Super Bowl. Like, it doesn't really kind of go down like that consistently. So I don't really see this defense being hot, and I don't really see this quarterback being hot either. So they did enough.
You know what, though? Their schedule. So Julio's probably worth – what do you think Julio's probably worth in wins? 2 wins, maybe?
Probably
2-3 wins?
2 Jacksonville wins and
So Perry says Titans will win 13 games. They went 11-5 last year, right? They eked out the AFC South. They were in the whole tiebreaker scenario. They got in at 11-5. The AFC was loaded. Their schedule next year is weak.
Okay.
They play the Jets. They play the Jaguars twice.
Yep.
They play the Saints. They play the Texans twice.
Saints say the L no more.
They play the Dolphins, who maybe they definitely could probably they might be able to eke out 13 wins with this guy.
Weren't they like 10-0 at a certain point, or like last year, like 11-0? Like what? Didn't they have like a streak last year? Tennessee. Before they lost a game, didn't they go like 7?
No, that was the Steelers. Remember, the Steelers were 11.
That was the Steelers. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can look good on paper. The Colts got a lot better this year. So they definitely can win their division again. But I don't think, the way it's set up, I don't know if they'll win a championship like that. And who knows?
Yeah, I think they need more to go.
I don't think Julio's gonna stay healthy into the playoffs. So. But it was great compensation though. A second and a fourth, not in the same year. That's a steal. Number one receiver, a threat that can pull somebody out the box, keep a safety high. I like it.
AJ Brown just hit the jackpot.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. Anything else on the docket?
Nope. That's it. We are all caught up. Appreciate everybody joining us in the live feed today, man. The comments were hot. Thank you to Dre. He really fired y'all up today. Thank you to Perry for your 1 5-word.
I was still right. At the end of the day, I'm right.
Hey, focus. Let's wrap it up.
At the end of the day, I'm right. I want y'all to know that. Ain't no bowing down. I don't do that. At the end of the day, I'm right. I just had the wrong crowd today.
I'll do the rap part and pass it back to you. Thanks for joining us tonight on the show. We appreciate everybody in the live feed. Don't forget you can find us at Academy Sports Show on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. The most important place, definitely on YouTube, man. We want you to make sure you trigger that bell on YouTube. That way you know when we're going live. We've been off a couple weeks, but we are back. Those of you out in podcast land or in YouTube land, we appreciate you watching this show after hours. Maybe you listen to it on the way to work. Maybe you listen to it on the way home, or you're watching it during your wind down time. But regardless of when, we appreciate it. But make sure you follow us on all modes of social media, IG, Facebook, YouTube, at Academy Sports Show. Follow our personal pages at JWillow2, at at Dre, _on air. Both of those on Instagram, as you can see. On Facebook, you can follow me at Joel Williams, or you can follow Dre at Andre Douglas. But before we go, we got to pay some bills.
I'm about to die. I've been thinking about cutting off my Facebook. I don't know. I've been thinking about it. But
I've just been thinking a lot about unfollowing a lot of IG pages that I follow, but not cutting anything off. Too much crime news in the D. It's getting ridiculous.
That's true. I don't know. I'm thinking about switching my link over to something else instead of my Facebook page. I don't know. Just thinking out loud. All right, time to pay the bills. This podcast is sponsored by Mr. Mike Bonds Plumbing. Bonds Plumbing, both licensed and insured, provides top quality services at great prices. Whether it's just getting up to cold waterproofing or daily home services, we suggest you call the man.
313-304-7786.
BondsPlumbing.com. Gives you a map of all the areas that they service as well as the services that they provide. But we suggest you call the man.
313-304-7786.
And that man right there is the real MVP. And you heard Joel, all the social medias and all the other stuff to get in contact with us. Another great way to get in contact with us is at academysportsshow@gmail.com. That is 2 S's in sportsshow@gmail.com. If you just want to be a contributor, or you got a topic, or you got anything that you want to plug here on the show in front of all these great commenters that we have today for some great product placement. If you would like it here, let us know. Hit us up at academysportsshow@gmail.com. All right, brother.
All right, man. We will be back next week.
I would say let's enjoy some basketball, but that doesn't look too enjoyable back there.
I'm going to enjoy watching them get blown out because it supports my narrative.
I guess. I'm off next Monday, so we don't have to worry about no holidays and me working.
All right. Well, y'all pray that I have some air because first the furnace went out, got that fixed. Now my air conditioner's out. Pray for me, please. It's hot. Can't see the glisten.
That like a fresh ball to me.
It's a wet ball.
All right, man. On behalf of myself, Andre Douglas, Joel Williams.
We'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place. Thanks for your support.